So in continuing with the dismissal process, I wanted to talk about the general considerations in regards to those teachers specifically who are tenured and their rights and what they have in regards to the dismissal process. Basically, the most important thing is that they need to have a notice before a hearing of any dismissal that occurs. So with the Teacher Tenure Act, there is a procedural scheme for their dismissal. The teachers are provided the opportunities to challenge the charges against them. They have the right to counsel. They can present all the evidence on the reasons for their proposed dismissal, and they have the right to cross-examine witnesses and the right to discover and put into evidence any school or district records. One of the important things to know is that the dismissal only is applicable for those who are technically being dismissed, and it's not pertinent to those non-renewals or contracts that are decreased due to enrollment. Teachers who have tenure are guaranteed by law that they cannot be dismissed from their positions except for certain reasons and in accordance with statutory provisions and those notice of hearings. One of those other things to know is that teachers don't have to provide money or compensation for this. A teacher's right to a hearing is not conditioned upon their ability to pay for it. Within the proceedings, the teacher has the right to contest the dismissal and the opportunity to raise all defenses, judicial, statutory, constitutional, available to him or her before a panel, essentially. And going into the next slide, talking about more about those preliminary procedures, the most important thing to notice here is that the teacher has to be notified of any actions or things that are taking place. This could be done by certified mail or indicates that other means are proper, I guess telephone call, things like that. I actually don't know. Get into that. So from there, a panel is formulated or brought into action with an administrative law judge, or formally known as a hearing officer. So this panel is designed and has been delegated some powers, but doesn't have total control or power in the process. That falls within the district and the board. The panel just merely conducts the hearing and tries to weigh conflicting evidence and draw factual inferences from those testimonies and exhibits introduced by all parties. Their sole function of the panel is just to review the evidence presented, make findings and conclusions, and report same to the school board, and allow the school board to ultimately make the final recommendations, conclusions based on the evidence that has been provided by the panel. Once that review panel is established, evidence proving that the charges must be presented, and the teacher must be given the opportunity to rebut and offer evidence on their own behalf. So basically, again, the whole focus and purpose of the panel is to conduct these meetings, take all the information said, allowing the teachers to discuss anything, bring up their concerns, rebut any evidence, and then ultimately it's up to the board to make the final decision, and they have the final power to determine what facts constitute those statutory grounds for dismissal.